Hello and welcome to this taste challenge. I have two 3-year age, 40% alcohol Canadian whiskeys, both bottled in the United States. This is Harwood. This is a product introduced in 1969 by the Seagram's Company, and it replaced an older brand from an independent company called Duncan Harwoods, but they went out of business in the 1950s. But somehow Seagram's got a hold of the brand rights and they came out with Harwood in 1969, still being made. They sold it to Heaven Hill in, I believe it was 1989, but Heaven Hill's the current owner. The competitor, or the one I've been actually working with the last week, is Potter's Crown Canadian blended whiskey, introduced in 1983 by Frank-Lin, and they're the owner still to date. Oh, it's only had one owner, and they bottle it in California. And their family also owned, the Maestri family also owns Maestri Tequila Distillery down in Mexico. Okay, so here's Heaven Hill Harwood. You get the bottle like I got, the only thing I found, and you can get the glass 750, which I've not seen, but it's around somewhere. One's around, the other's around somewhere. Our history, I think they tell us right here. Yes. Gotta go wait though. $19.95. No. Yeah, there you go. Heaven Hill acquires Burnett's Gin, Henry McKenna Bourbon, and Harwood Canadian, and that was from Seagram's. Okay, here's Frank-Lin Distilling. They've got a bunch of different brands. They don't make any brands. There's the founders, Frank and Lindley. They just, they're an independent bottler. They bottle different brands of liquor. Okay, and liqueurs and cordials. Okay, double check my tags. I'm thinking Harwood's going to win because I just remember it tasting better. But remember, the Potter's Crown, good product. Don't fool yourself. If just because it's a value brand, don't think it's nasty, because it's not. I'm not saying it's world class or anything, but it's much better than the price point would indicate. How much was Harwood? Well, Harwood was the same price, $14.99 at Dormax Food Store in Metairie, Louisiana, $14.99 at International Market in Metairie, Louisiana. So cheers to Metairie for having beer and wine and liquor products that I never see around here. Mainly beer and wine. I mostly see the beer and liquor. I mostly see the wine products here that they have out in Metairie. But you know, Metarie's a much bigger town, over 300,000 versus you know, at least 250,000, I guess, versus 25, 26, 28,000, whatever. All right, you get the picture. 20 something thousand over 200,000. All right, so they're gonna have a much wider selection in that big town. All right. Yeah, standard, but maybe a little more richness. So price point identical, aging 3 years identical, ABV 40% alcohol identical, and both from Canada, somewhere in Canada. We don't know. It might be the same distillery. A lot of these big distilleries in Canada do a lot of contract distilling. They're not going to put their name on it. They just use an alias name. Taste. Cheers. Sweet corn, little rye spice, some oak. You say that sounds like every other Canadian whiskey. Yeah, that's, you got it. Yeah, same thing. Sweet corn, rye spice, oak. A little bitiness here, but this kind of gives it a little character, a little bite at the end. Mostly semi-dry finish. They linger around a little bit at the finish, medium bodied. Well, golly, these are identical in price point, and they're really identical in flavor. I gotta say, now I've gotten 10 right and 1 wrong. 10 right and 1 wrong. But today could be number 2 getting it wrong because it's so close. Burley Sullivan says, "You." Hey, cheers back to you. Y'all have a good week now. Okay. Close. But I think this is the Harwood, actually. It's got a little more savoriness. I don't know if they're adding flavoring to these or coloring. They don't have to say that on the bottle. Sazerac's good at doing that. Other companies won't. They just don't talk about it. But anyway, they don't taste like they had flavoring added, but that's the trick to it. They can do it without you picking up on it, I guess. But anyway, I think this is the Harwood. It should have a letter C for the competitor because I'm doing the main thing, the Potter's Crown against all the other Canadian whiskeys that I own. It is. So would I pay more for it? I would be reluctant to do that, considering that you're not really getting much better quality, maybe a touch better. Okay, and I did get it right. So in this case, you'd be in good shape because you wouldn't have to pay any more for it. All right, they're the same price. They both have an interesting label design. I don't even think Potter's Crown comes in glass of any size. I think even the 750 milliliters plastic. So that's why it is a value brand. And I mean, you mean cheap? Yeah, we get it. No big deal. But I got 11 wins and 1 loss now. And I hope to keep this going, and keep winning. And when I get into some more premier products, I can't see losing. I can't see Potter's Crown beating Crown Royal or Crown Royal Black or Crown Royal XO or Crown Royal Special Reserve, or also known as Crown Royal Reserve. Like they can't figure out what they want to call it because it's got 2 names on 1 bottle. But anyway, that that specialty one. It's over $40 for a single. So I can't see that happening. I got McAdams coming up. Another one been around almost 40 years. Not popular, another value brand, but it did come in a glass liter bottle. So yeah, we'll just go through it. Canadian whiskey is very popular. Some people look down on it. I don't know why. It's almost like they're jealous of it. Like, I drink bourbon. I don't have to drink Canadian whiskey. Well, no one said you had to. Or they'll say, I won't drink it. I won't. Well, don't drink it. But there's some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of strange animosity towards it from certain circles of the liquor fan world, that they got some kind of act grind against Canadian whiskey. Like, like Canadian whiskey did something to them. It's on the market. It's been made long as they've been making whiskey in the USA. So I don't know what that is. In this business where somebody's a hot shot, people on the internet, video people, they want to call it brown vodka. Either you're just trying to be cheeky and foolish, or you're really ignorant of what a vodka is and what Canadian whiskey is. So to say that kind of thing is it doesn't make any sense. That's the thing. It makes no sense. Okay, good win for Tulane. Yeah, a scary ending, sort of. Not too scary because I knew they were going to win, but it was kind of sloppy at the end. It's like they got tired and they just started kind of playing around and letting the team come back and have a chance to get the ball back with an onside kick. And I don't think that should be happening. So they got to tighten up their act. The last 2 games were wins. They were looking kind of ragged, and that's got to be worked on because that's going to get you. LSU started off solid, but that was a catastrophe at the end. They really got work to do now after that fiasco. Uh, yeah, the Saints this today against the Los Angeles Chargers at LA. That's about, or wherever that town is in LA County. I can't remember the town. They got a lot of work. And as their last chance, basically. To me, Black Velvet is just as good as Southern Comfort's original version. Well, those are two different products, similar price point, so I don't understand people's complaints. Yeah, Southern Comfort's a whiskey liqueur. But yeah, I don't understand the complaint either, what this Canadian whiskey complaining is about. All right, y'all take care. I'm going to turn on the news. Bye-bye.